Mr. CDK Boxing. Let's talk boxing. We're gonna try to do this again. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're back. I'm back, and we're about to get this going, man. And like I told y'all, man, I got Miss Ada Velez coming in here, and we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do a big interview, a nice interview. Y'all give me 1 second, and now we're gonna get this going. Yes, Ada, can you see where you can send me an invite? If you can see it, send the invite right quick, and then I'll accept it if you see it. It should say, you know what I'm saying, an invite where I can bring it, where it asks you to come up on my live or whatever. Let me know if you see it or not. But I also just sent you one, so let's see what happens. Sometimes Instagram acts so funny, I don't know what they got going on, but I just sent you an invite. Let me know if you see it or not. Do you see the invite? Okay, here we go. Okay, let me try it again. Come on. Instagram, not today. Try this again. If you can hear me, Ada, can you see where it says join my live? If you can, hit that and it'll let you, and then it'll send it across the screen and I can see it and I can hit the button and bring you up. It shouldn't be this hard. Instagram. Y'all bear with me 1 second, trying to get this together. Yeah, but if you can see where it says come up on my live or anything where it says ask to come up on my live, hit that button and then I can accept it. Come on. There we go. There we go. She'll be pulling you up now.
I got
Hey. All right, we got it together. It was hard, but we got it together.
it. What's good, man? Fine.
Man, I'm good. How you doing today?
Working. You working as usual.
Working, man. Listen, if y'all don't know who this is, I got to give her flowers. And y'all know, man, I love boxing and I love to talk boxing. But man, I had to pull my computer out just to get a rundown on everything she's done in the sport, man. And this is truly an honor. And man, Miss Ada Velez, I am saying your last name right and first name right correctly, right?
You
All
said
right,
it right.
Ada.
You said it right.
Ada Velez, you know you was undefeated as an amateur fighter. Uh, you went on to become a professional, and from what I seen, you know, what I'm saying and heard, you know, you was the first. Were you the first Puerto Rican woman to win a world championship?
You're looking at her right now.
Yes, yes, indeed, the first Puerto Rican native to win a world championship. Man, that right there that's truly special. Your
Oh,
career.
it is.
And your record was 20. I think you had 28 fights. You had 20 wins, 6 by KO, 5 losses, and 3 draws. You had you know what I'm saying, you had a long career.
Yeah, that they got it wrong. It's
They got
basically
it
is
wrong.
yeah, it's basically is 24 wins, 2 losses, and 8 by knockouts.
Oh, they definitely got it wrong, did. Yeah, they definitely got it wrong.
So
I got to talk to them.
it
Yeah, I got to talk to
happens.
them about
It happens. It happens.
that. So right now, I know you're still a part of the sport. I see you're still doing training. You have your own gym, I think, out there in Florida.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
How's
do.
that coming along?
Well, I partner up with this big company named Zoo Health Club, and they help me so much in so many ways with these kids to build up champions. So I started off with a gym at 1,200 square feet. 1,200 square feet. Now I'm in a gym of 10,000 square feet, where these boys can have everything, to build them up as champions.
Man, that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful. Do you plan on, as far as I know, you're in the gym, but do you plan on like actually doing training, like being in someone's corner?
All the time. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, so you have been in people corners and fighting, so you are actually a trainer.
Yeah, you got it. Yes.
Definitely. Okay, okay. So I know you're keeping up with what's going on. How do you feel about the state of women's boxing right now?
Uh, I mean, it's picking up very little. I mean, you got Eddie Hearns pushing. You got De La Hoya pushing a little. It's not so much. Um, I can only say that they keep on putting the same girls and not giving a lot of girls a chance to shine. They keep on putting Amanda Serrano. They keep on putting Taylor. They keep on putting Carissa Shields, which I highly respect those females. But, they don't give a much chance with other females that are upcoming to give them a chance. But we'll see what happens.
Right, right, definitely. And so you feel like there is a lot more to offer than what we're really seeing right now.
You're absolutely right.
Definitely. That's good to hear because I know like it's been a lot going on with Carissa Shields and Alicia Baumgardner and me myself personally. I just don't think I think they're both excellent fighters, but I don't think that would be a good matchup. I think that Clarissa's the size advantage would be too much. Do you think? What do you think about that?
I mean, I do agree. I do agree. But you got to also understand that Alicia Baumgartner, as an amateur, she started at 147
Okay.
and she was a champion.
Oh,
So she's real comfortable also with that weight. Um, but going as a pro, she went all the way straight down. She lost so much weight. So I really, I agree with you. Clarissa's very comfortable with that weight, which she started and all the way to 154. So Clarissa's real, she'll be a little bigger size than her.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I don't even know if Clarissa could make 147 right now. That's the question.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the older you get, of course, it'll be real harder to come down. It's really hard. Um,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah. I mean,
Your last fight,
Alicia,
I believe.
Alicia doesn't have to prove anything, and if I hope she hears this because she's
Yes,
proven so much already.
definitely.
She's a multi-world champion. Clarissa's a multi-world champion. You know, they don't need to prove anything. They already have proved it
Definitely.
at their weight category. You know, but I know that female, we're craving to get more, you know, um, more money, because sometimes females, this is their job, you
Yes.
know, this is their job, and but they need to just to stay within their zone and look at, other options.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be one of my questions. How do you feel about the women's pay in boxing? I mean, what do you think about that?
Uh,
Is is it better than when you came through?
of course, yes. If it came, I mean, I was earning no more than 400 hour, 400 a fight, four rounder,
Wow.
you know. and it has been picked up. Thank God it has been picked up. But then again, you got to give more people, more girls out there a chance. I got a female, Rosalinda Rodriguez.
Mm.
She's 13 and old, and, and a lot of people wouldn't want to fight her. So guess
Right.
what? Bare Knuckle gave me a call, and now she's
Okay.
doing Bare Knuckle, and she's getting paid not double, but triple times more
Right.
than boxing.
So she's getting paid triple time more doing bare knuckles boxing.
Yep.
That's crazy in itself, and that tells you a lot about. Now, it seems like to me that Jake Paul. I don't know what you think about him. He's came forward and it seems like he's trying to, get women paid in boxing. How you feel about Jake Paul and what he's doing for women boxing right
Oh
now?
yeah, he's very good. He's good with Amanda, and now they got another girl. You know, um, just look more for options because you know Amanda is already gonna about to finish her career, and there's a lot more out there. There's a lot more girls out there. They're very good, and we get just so stuck and just seeing the same girls, and you really get a little tired,
Definitely,
of the.
definitely. How do you feel about, because I've heard Clarissa say that the 1 minute in that round make a big difference. Do
Of
you
what?
think okay, Clarissa said that she feels like a 3 minute round in boxing. I've heard Amanda say it too, instead of the 2 minute round would make a big difference in making women's boxing more knockouts more exciting. How do you feel about that?
They're absolutely right. Very right. They are absolutely right because 2 rounds, a girl's just getting warmed up. So what
Yeah,
if you hurt them? You gotta start fast, you know, and that one more minute, it does makes a lot of difference, and you'll see a lot more knockouts.
definitely, definitely. I totally agree with it. I don't know. I've heard the WBC has a lot to do with that situation and saying that they've done scientific studies. And I read up on this to see what the problem was, and they're saying that it affects women more than it does men. So this is what they're, what I'm saying. I had to do a background check on it and see what they were saying about it, and they're saying that's why they're not adding the 1 minute or they're not agreeing with it.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong because, as a male, you know, they get hurt, they get knocked out, they get damaged. You know, they get hurt like it's females.
Mhm.
So it doesn't make no difference. You know,
Right.
I mean, it doesn't, and I see that they're so wrong of doing that. So I mean, we were gonna go to Mexico and fight, but guess what? They weren't giving the right money, and it's 2 minute rounds for a world title. I would love 3 minutes to go in, because I know for a fact that sometimes, a lot of majority of time, it will not go to 10 rounds. It will not.
Mm.
And
Wow.
and now in these days, girls are more exciting than men. You know, a
Mm.
lot of men now they starting to notice that, oh shit, these girls are going at it. Holy crap! So just I hope they give us that fair chance. That's all.
I definitely agree with you, and I think one thing you like you said, just like the WNBA with the basketball and them talking about how they get paid and equality and stuff. I definitely want to see the women get their just due, and that's why I was so adamant about doing an interview with you and having an opportunity to hear from saying a woman's perspective about boxing because I talk to a lot of men, and this is the first time I actually got to talk to a woman, especially somebody that was a world champion and still a part of boxing to this
I
day. So that's a big
appreciate it.
plus.
I
You're
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. And you know, uh, I was thinking about this. I know you came through at a time you got to see Layla Ali. I believe y'all came through and you got to see her.
Yes, I
And
have.
you've seen Clarissa Shields and you've heard the talk. I'm sure. We can. It's always people say fantasy fights or whatever. you've seen them both. What do you think the difference between them, and how would you see a fight like that if it could have played out? How you think it would have
I
played out?
it would have been great if Aunt Wolf would be involved
Oh
because
my God! You know what's crazy?
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I got her name. I got her name right here on the paper. I was going to ask you about her next, Ann Wolf.
Aunt Wolf, Aunt Wolf would have given them a headache. And Aunt Wolf comes to thump. You know, you know, Ali got a very boxing skills, just like her father. You know, she's a very strong woman. She's tall. You know, and she'll do the 10 rounds by boxing. You know, and but now in this era, boxing has changed so much. It has changed a lot because in my era, I just go in there and I want to just knock the head out of you with basically with hardly no skills because this is
Right,
what was taught to me. You see,
right.
so it's a different era. Um, but if if it was between them two, you know, I would have leaned with Clarissa
Hmm.
because it's a different era. It's very different, different
That's
technique,
respect.
different, you know, and no respect. And I have a lot of respect for Ali. They even asked me if I would ever come back. I was like, hell no,
Hmm.
because these girls not already knowing how to box. A lot of females are starting to look like men boxing. Like holy shit, that's they look good, you know. And it wasn't for my era.
Definitely, definitely. I definitely agree with you. And Ann Wolf to me was, man, she was something different. That power and everything. And her and Layla Ali not
That would
fighting
have
is a travesty
been
to me.
great. Oh yeah,
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't happen. You know, you hear the stories and people say this and say that, but that fight, there's no way possible that fight should have took place. Can you hear me?
because Layla, she 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 doesn't duck. Just give her a fair deal, feel a fair money, and she'll fight.
Right.
But it had to be an agreement. Something fell out, you know, and that's it.
Okay, so it was more or less nobody ducking but a money issue.
It had to be, or a
Okay.
catch up way or something. But it had to be that way.
Okay, yeah, I figured that because Layla fought at a different weight class from Ann Wolf anyway, right? I think it was like a weight class apart or something like that, maybe. So I think Ann Wolf would have had to come up in weight, I
She had to
believe.
come up. She
Right.
had to come up, and probably she wanted Layla to come down, and probably that was the situation. Um, but Layla, she already knows if you're gonna go after the cash cow, you gotta go. You gotta go over there. You gotta go ahead and get that money.
Right. And you know what's crazy? I'm listening to you, and you said you was making sometimes $400 fighting, which to me is absurd and crazy. Was you even? Just not getting too much in it, but even as a champion, was there the type of money they were paying back then?
I mean, I didn't get not more than $8,000,
Mm.
and
Wow.
that was in Germany. That was
And
in way out in Germany. That's why a lot of girls they like to go overseas because that's where the money's at. They don't like to stay to fight in the state of Florida. But since now Jake Paul and Eddie Hearns, and you know you got all these guys that are really getting these girls. Now you're gonna see a little difference. But
right,
again, we still need that 3 minute rounds to prove men that we can knock out a female. We can knock them out.
right.
You know,
Definitely agree. I definitely agree. I think down the line that rule will be changed in my heart of hearts. And we talking about Amanda. You brought her name up a few times, and we brought up Alicia's name. They're closer in weight. Why do you think that fight hasn't happened?
uh, oof, it's got to be an agreement. It's got to be. It can be money. Um, I believe they're gonna make that happen.
Okay.
Um, I believe they gotta make that. They're gonna make that happen.
Amanda's a little older, but she's still a great fighter. She's one of my favorite fighters. Her and Alicia both are. But Amanda's definitely one of my favorite fighters. I think that's gonna be a beautiful fight right there.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, that would be a great, great, great fight. And it's
Do you
gonna happen. They just gotta sit down, negotiate where it's
right?
gonna be at. Everything's gotta be in neutral. You know, I ain't going to your hometown. She ain't going to
Yeah.
my hometown. They gotta make it everything neutral to make it happen.
Who do you lean towards in that fight?
From Alicia and
Amanda.
Amanda. Ooh,
Yes.
I mean, even though I'm Puerto Rican and
Yes.
but I don't look like I don't look at like she's Puerto Rican. I look at skills
Right.
and and I believe and I lean a lot to Alicia.
Okay.
Alicia Baumgartner. I was in,
Let me ask you this.
I was in camp with her.
Okay.
I brought Rosalinda Rodriguez along her camp, and the girl is amazing,
Mm,
amazing when you sit and talk to her. She's a beautiful, warm person that's been
okay.
through the dirt, been through it all, and she still stands. So
Mm.
I give my hats off to her.
Wow. That's man. And I'm gonna ask you this because I pay attention to the fights and stuff like you do. Like a lot of times, people say they think the difference might be the gas tank. That Alicia sometimes gasses later in fights. Do you see that?
That what?
That she sometimes like in later rounds she kind of gasses out, and they feel like Amanda gets stronger as the fight goes on.
That's true. But look at this. Look at this. Watch her other fight. What happened to her other fight?
Right.
Look at her other fight. Her
Yeah.
last recent fight. The girl did not gas out not one round. And if
You're definitely right.
she gave it to her. She gave her that round to get a break, and she pushed it. And I was right there in the second row, and she was like, "Oof!" I mean, now she's got different coaches.
Yeah.
Uh, she's with David Haynes' coach.
Okay. But she was with Tony Harrison, right? I believe, or something like that. I don't know. He was I don't know if he was I don't know what Tony Harrison was. I know that she was dealing with him or whatever at one time.
Yeah, Tony, yeah, and I don't know what happened, but she moved. She moved, I believe, to Texas,
Yes,
and now she's with them boys, and she looks phenomenal. The girl only gets stronger, faster, smarter. I mean, it will be a good fight.
definitely, definitely. And let me ask you now, moving on to over to what's going on with the men right now. Have you been keeping up with the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation?
Oh Lord, who does it, honey?
Yeah, for real, for
Who
real.
doesn't?
Now, with everything okay, I still think regardless of, I'm taking everything out the equation. I believe David Haney went in there and fought the wrong fight. Just in my personal opinion, I think that hurt him. Now knowing what you know now, how do you feel about the whole situation? Do you think he fought the wrong fight, and do the PED situation and all that?
I mean, he did. That wasn't David Haynes at all.
No,
David Haynes fights way better than that. And the way he looked at, I did not, I did not expect that the way he looked. I'm
no,
like, what the hell?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it could be a lot to do with the weight, because you know you gotta have. This is where Tank is so freaking smart. You gotta have a weight class that you can't exceed to to 10 pounds,
right,
and I believe they didn't have that. And you saw how big Ryan was. Like, holy shit! And you
yes,
see David Haynes like a little still small. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it had to be the weight. I got to.
It hurt. It hurt him. That weight made a big difference in the fight. And I mean, people don't understand. Those last 3 pounds are some of the hardest pounds to cut.
Yes, it
And
does.
I try to tell somebody that the other day, like those last 3 pounds make a big difference.
Yes, yes,
You know?
yes, it does. And then
And
the next day, it's even worse. Then they got to just dehydrate. God knows what the hell they put in him. Like, holy shit, he came out so big.
Yes, he did. He did. He looked like almost to me like he was a middleweight. When I was looking at him, I was like, man, this guy, he was way bigger than Devin. And Devin took the money. You know what I'm saying, the 1.5 million or whatever. And I think that was a mistake. I would have fought Arnold Barbosa, but I think Devin didn't want to let the fans down. And sometimes pride overtakes your thinking, and that's what happens when you let pride get in the way. That's how I feel.
True. That ain't
Yeah, I think.
absolutely right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think it
On
was a
point.
bad call. I think it was a bad call on Devin Haney's part. Now with the PEDs, I'm sure you've heard Ryan Garcia first said he don't take supplements. Then Ryan Garcia came back and said it
But
was some supplements that he
you know
took.
what about that? Listen, same thing. Look, listen, Eddie Hearns
Yes,
did the
man.
same thing to Alicia Baumgartner.
Mm,
Same thing. You know, saying that she took something, and Alicia went all out and got her lawyers, got everything, and she won. She won the case. The
yeah,
same
definitely. She
thing.
definitely did. She definitely did. I'm gonna tell you the difference between I believe Alicia, Alicia, and Ryan. Ryan, Alicia, I feel like is a truthful person. Definitely a truthful person.
Ryan,
I don't
crazy.
know. Yeah, right. So I don't know, how to take Ryan. And I spoke with someone earlier, right? And they just interviewed Zav Judah or whatever. And they talked to someone else, and they were trying to both. They showed me, I wanted to see the text messages, but they had text messages from somebody in Ryan camp, and they said they was the one that was getting it to him, and Ryan knowingly knew what he was taking. Whether that's true or not, I didn't get to see the text messages, but if that's true, then what do you think should happen if all that's true as far as the
You know,
suspension goes?
you get tested in the beginning,
Right,
especially for world titles. You get tested from the beginning, then you get tested from the mid, like almost at the mid rounds. You get tested. You get
right.
close to the fight. So why them getting him tested? Why they didn't find anything? Why they
That's
allowed
that's
them to continue to fight? This is where I don't get
mm,
it.
that's $1 million question right there, and I wish that's a question that someone could answer. And what I'm hearing is they're saying that Vada, you know more about Vada than I do. I'm sure that they're saying Vada said that that they tested him the day before the fight and the day of the fight,
Correct.
and it takes. Could you tell me how long? Letting people know how long does it take for those test results to
No
come back?
more than 3 to 5 business days.
Three
You'll
to
know
five.
it. No
Okay,
more than
three to
three
five.
to
Minutes.
5 business days. You will have a result. And if you
Mm,
push it, they can make it in 2 days.
okay.
But they let the fight go. So
Mm,
I am my theory is let it be happen. Let it happen. It's their fault.
yeah.
It's their
Yeah.
fault for letting it happen. They can't go
Yeah.
back and do it because they already did. He already fought. There's nothing you could
Yeah.
do.
I agree with you. And when I'm looking at now, I'm looking at Devin Haney, and I don't see the confidence anymore. And it may, if it is so that Ryan did cheat, I'm saying if he did, Devin Haney's whole attitude and career might be, it could be over with. He might not never be the same.
I mean, you can imagine them fought. This is like the 7th time they fought. You know,
Right.
and they are like back and forth, same drama, same thing. But I believe David Ham will bounce. He will bounce back. He's a
I
good
hope
man.
so.
He's a
Yes,
good
I hope
man.
so.
His dad
I
is
truly
kind
hope.
of cuckoo. His dad is kind of cuckoo, but he'll bounce back. He's a humble man.
Yes,
He's
he
all
is.
right. He's just going by. He's just. You see, this is the problem. He's just going by what they've been telling him. Oh, he tests positive for da da da. So he's gonna, of course, react to it. But he should also say, then why you guys let him fight me?
Thank you. Why?
Why?
You put my life on the line.
I'll be
And
on
I
your
feel
ass.
like,
Why you let him fight me? Instead
yes,
of
yes,
chasing the wrong person, that chasing Ryan, the wrong person, you need to go after Eddie Hearns, his clinic, his people. Why you guys didn't stop it?
right. Right, definitely. I agree with you. There's a lot of people that need to be answering a lot of questions, and outside of Ryan Garcia and his team, David Haney needs to check with his team and see how did y'all allow this to go on.
Right.
Because you put my life on the line, and boxing is nothing. You can't play boxing. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is serious, and uh, I just don't know how to feel about it. Like I said, I just want to let the results be whatever it's gonna be. We're waiting on the B sample, but people don't understand the B sample is the same as the A sample, right? It's just the same urine. Ain't nothing different with that, right?
Right. Exactly.
So yeah.
Yes.
So how many times does in your how many times have you seen a B sample come back different than the A sample?
I mean, I haven't seen it. To tell you the truth, with all my career, same old, you know, and it's just sometimes it gets kind of shady, because I know promoters out there want to protect their fighters, and but they got to do it the right way, make it
Right.
even. It's just, to me, it's their fault. The whole crew. They should have they should have blamed themselves and not Ryan. Leave them alone and go back and say, you know what? This shit happened to us before.
Mhm.
Why are you we continue doing the same shit?
You think it has to be Vada has to come up with? Do you think Vada has to come up with a better way of testing? As far as do you think that's what they need to do? Come up with a better way of testing?
Yes. They need to do it quicker, sooner. I believe it within a week they should already been testing them again, and they'll come back 2 to 3 days, and boom, that's it. They'll give them the result. You're fighting or you're not.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Because if you think about it, the fight's on Saturday. Had they tested him on Monday, you said 3 to 5 business days, we would have known. Devin Haney would have known before the fight.
Exactly.
The whole team. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that makes sense. And you got Tank Davis right now, and I heard Tank say that he believes Eddie Hearn got something to do with the testing. But you've been around VADA testing. Were they doing VADA back when you was boxing? Was VADA a big part of boxing
No.
back then? It wasn't, was it? Okay. But we know they've always done drug testing in boxing, right?
Yes.
Who was the main back then? Who was the main source as far as drug testing when you was boxing?
I mean, of course, my doctor. I mean, he made sure that all my blood tests, my urine tests, my physical, it's done within 5 days. That's it.
That's
Everything.
it.
Because they
So
know we're going to be fighting very soon. So they need all that before 3 or even a week later for that fight to happen.
so you're saying that back when in your days, y'all had to go get your own test and you had to bring the results in.
Real quick. No, no. Now my doctor would have email and fax it to them. Plus, they will give us copies. We'll have
Mm,
our own copies, just in case they didn't catch or fax or any paper that didn't go through. We will have it extra.
okay, okay, okay. I see exactly what you're saying. Now with VADA, is there any way those tests can be messed with or tampered with?
Yes.
It is. Because I've heard people say there's no way you can. It's sealed and you only touch it the person using the bathroom. And even if you wash your hands, they're saying that you the only one can touch the cup. They don't let nobody. They seal it in a glass container. So, is that true?
No.
Nah.
No. You could tamper. You could tamper. You can put them. You could, especially with urine or even blood. You gotta get the results right away. And sometimes they let it sit outside. And what happens is that it becomes it's crazy because it'll be lighter, something turns out the colors. So also when you set it out for a minute, a couple of minutes, it's not the same. That's why you gotta test it right away. Can't let it sit, you know? So I mean there's a lot of ways. I mean, they don't go all the way to the bathroom. and see you. No, you close it and you can do other things. But I mean, I've seen it all. I've seen a lot of boys have done that too. You know,
Why?
crazy, crazy.
Yeah, that you just told me a whole lot I didn't know. Like I said, you hear from different people, different certain people feel this way about it, that way about it. So you just told me something, and that I definitely didn't know as far as the way the testing goes, the way they tested y'all when you was getting, what I'm saying, when you was boxing,
Right.
and like I said, they're gonna definitely have to come up with something a lot better because people's lives are on the line, and they owe it to a person to make sure that they're able to get in the ring and they're fighting somebody that's clean.
That is clean. Definitely clean. They got the results. Get to fight. Don't go
Get the fight.
ahead and I got him a test a day before his fight. Who does shit like that?
Yeah,
You don't
that is
do shit like that. You do it a week later, then you test them again when they finish the fight, and then it becomes clearly that he tested negative or positive. Then you'll find out.
definitely, definitely. You said that you wouldn't fight today because the women are, I guess, they're more skilled today.
Yes, they are.
But along the way, you became a trainer. So did you learn more as you got outside of boxing and going to the gym? You think you able to learn more and get to a point where you can say, "Hey, yeah, I'm definitely going to be a good
A lot,
trainer."
a lot. I mean, I was in Tank's um, camp when he was down in Core Springs, and
Mm,
Calvin. They taught me so much. I would analyze how they were training him, and it would better me and open my eyes to say, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use that, you know, and 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 I learned so much from them, you know, very humble. Tank is he get down, he get down when it comes to his sparring. I mean, very good guy, very good guy.
okay. Cause so you think a lot of times what we people see in the media is just Tank putting on a persona kind of. I think Tank's one of my favorite fighters. He sometimes does things that I don't like outside the ring, but as far as boxing, I think man he is a special talent. I got him and Jerron Boots in this. You know what I'm saying? I think those two dudes are different. You know what I'm saying? And this Tank and Frank Martin fight. I'm telling people that I think Frank is a good fighter. I think people are kind of sleeping on him. I got Tank winning the fight. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's going to be a better fight than people believe. I mean, how do you see that fight playing out? Do you know a lot about Frank Martin?
Yeah, I know Frank Martin. I see his fights before. Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't sleep. You can't sleep on him. You know, I mean, a lot of people see Tank. He's so small, and they see him like, man, it's gonna be a great fight, and da da da. And I'm like, listen.
yeah,
When I went to Tank's camp, I could not believe how hard, how powerful he is.
yeah,
Is unbelievable. He hits. He's like a 135 pounder. Oh my God. He hits like, Jesus, like a 154 pounder.
yeah.
Strong, dedicated, on point. Jeez. I
Mm.
mean, it's going to be a good fight, but I have him winning.
Me too. I definitely have him winning, and it's crazy you say that because I talked to Joey Barrera, and he's the nephew of Felix Trinidad. He's a professional boxer, and he's 11-1 right now. And he's fought Tank. He was in camp with Tank, and he said he hadn't felt power like that.
Yeah.
He said that he sparred Cerebral Matia, he sparred Devin Haney, he sparred a lot of people. He said that power Tank got is something different.
Yeah. Yep. He's strong. That
Very
man is
strong.
so strong. So strong. And I'm like, Tank, where in the hell you got that power from? That don't make no sense. And he just laugh
Hey,
at me.
uh,
He
I'm
just
gonna ask you
smiles
this.
at me. But
I got
I
my,
see
I got,
why he got so much strength. It's the way they train him. And I
mm,
learned a lot from Calvin. I learned a lot.
man, Shakur Stevenson and Tank. I think I got a feeling the way that fight plays out in my mind. I'm just going off what Shakur to me is a great defensive fighter, and the fight with Edwin De Los Santos, kind of in my mind, it kind of gives me a picture of what I think would happen with Tank having the power he has. I believe that once Shakur gets caught with something big, I think he gets on his bicycle all night. Now that's what I told somebody. I see him getting on his bicycle, and I don't think you can beat Tank in a decision in a boring fight if they feel like you're running. They're not going to give you a fight against Tank.
Yeah.
How do you think that fight plays out between those two, between Tank
I
and
mean,
Shakur?
check this out. Shakur always been a lot. Check it out. He's been a lot of times being the one aggressive one. Been
Yeah.
a very aggressive fighter. He just walk in little by little and move and move. He when he goes with Tank, which they sparred before, Tank put that pressure on him.
Mm.
Tank touches him.
Mhm.
Tank touches everybody, and and
Yeah.
it, and that's why he doesn't call him out, right or wrong,
Right.
right or
You're
wrong.
right.
He
Just recently, the
he
first time I heard him,
he respects Tank.
he
He
does.
respects him. You know, he's older, he's smart. And Shakur's he's young, great fighter, beautiful southpaw, beautiful fighter. Love his footwork, but hey, I take Tank all the way.
Yeah, me too. I
I
definitely got Tank winning
can't
that
see
fight.
Tank losing.
Wow. That even what about Teofimo?
I can't see Tank. He schooled he schooled Teofimo when he was
Mm.
18 years old.
I
And
seen that.
yes, and yes, he was young. Yes. And if you look at real good at video, Tank was just touching him.
Yeah.
Then who was getting mad? Who was roughing him up? Who hit him behind the head? Who was
Mm-hmm.
and then Tank put it in the second gear like, listen, I can knock you out if I have to.
Right.
I
I
can
agree
beat your
with
ass,
you.
spank your ass. It's the way it
Yes.
is.
Man, Tank, yeah. I don't see nobody. It would take, in order for Tank to lose, I believe Tank would have to go up to 147, somewhere around there,
Yep,
and run into,
yep.
he would have to run into somebody that was just too big for him. I think that's the only way he loses.
Tank should not go
135,
not more than 140 and do a like what he did with Ryan, um, a weight clock, and Tank will be fine. But then
definitely, definitely.
don't go more than 140, please. Don't
No,
go.
he just said, Tank just said,
You prove so much. You're
yes, yeah.
undefeated. You're living beautiful. You're living large.
One second, one second, y'all. It's buffering Instagram, not today, not today. Can you hear me? Here we go, Instagram. Y'all would do this in the middle of good boxing talk. Here y'all go. Come back in. I'm hoping it jumps back in, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Uh, hope y'all enjoying. Thank you, money, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hope y'all enjoying the conversation. Instagram, for some reason, now wants to start buffering in the middle of the conversation, which makes me mad. I don't know if it's gonna jump back in or not. Let me see. Yeah, we're having real problems now with Instagram. Yeah, Tank is a serious force to be reckoned with, man. And everybody I've talked to, regardless of how they feel about Tank, man, they all say the same thing. Tank is a different and a special type of talent. That dude punch hard. Hold on one second. Okay, I seen a request, but I don't know who it was. Let me try to pull her back up like this. Pull Ada back up right quick. See if I can. You know, it's saying she's still in here, but for some reason it's buffering. Oh, okay, here I go. Here I go. Here we go. Open and come back in. I just hit it, Adam. It's still trying to buffer you for some reason. Hit it again. See if we can get you back up here. If you can hear me, Adam, I'm hitting it, and I'm trying to pull you back up now. Instagram wants to act crazy. Man, come on. Let me try this. Hey, look, if you can hear me, remove your request and then put it back up again. Okay, I'll try it now. Crazy, man. Yeah, man, I hate that. It don't make no sense, man. You be in the middle of a great interview and all of a sudden, man, it drops. Okay, here we go again. Let me try it again, y'all. Hopefully this show me some love. Show me some love. Why would he just keep on buffering? Can y'all hear me clearly? Oh, he just, Ryan just requested his beat sample. Money, I just seen that he just requested it. It was breaking news today. He just requested the beat sample. So we're going to see how that plays out. You know, like she was saying, it's very rare that the A sample comes back. You know what I mean? The B sample comes back different from the A sample. You know, it's the same urine, you know, just different tests. But, you know, you basically going to get the same results. And that's how I see it playing out. You know, whether he knowingly took it or not is the question. And that's something that's hard to answer, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you can hear me with no problem, so it's not me. That's what I want to make sure of. It's not me or not what I got going on up here. I ain't know. Okay, so it really is Instagram. All right, we go again. See, so let me put anybody up. Oh yeah, he gonna deny it all the way to the end, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? What's good, fam?
What's up, man? I'm just tapping in, man.
And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the love you always showing me, man. It's my cousin, man, Big Dylan right here. For y'all that don't know, man, it's my family. He always supporting what I got going on. That mean a lot to me, cuz, for real.
Real talk, man. That's what's up. You know, it's always love, man. You
I
know that.
already know it. Now, my man, soon as I got a good interview going, man, Instagram want to start acting crazy. But I believe,
Yeah,
yours acting good and mine acting
yeah.
good. So I believe it's kind of, I think it's her channel, I mean, her internet or whatever.
Okay, okay. I didn't mean to get in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tap in so I can listen in. You know, like, oh wait, whatever. So
It's
that's what I was trying.
all right. Ain't no
Yeah,
problem. I just wanted to pull you up. I seen it.
yeah.
I'm gonna try it again. Here we go again. Let me see what happens. It don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to click. I think you got to click yourself out whenever you do want to go out. Cause I don't know how to click nobody out.
Click out. I'm just gonna check you out though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, appreciate you. I'm
Okay.
hoping I can get it back up here. I might have to go back and not start it over because I got this interview. I got all this down, but
Yeah.
I might have to click out and then go back in and do
Okay.
another one. So everybody, man, I guess we're gonna do a part 2 of this because Ada trying to get back up here and I'm enjoying the conversation. So I'm gonna click out.